What's going on, ESGNation, and welcome back to another episode here on the channel for some Highland Scotties Teambuilder Dynasty, as we're back here for another episode of the Scotties Sports Talk here today. And we got quite a bit to talk about here today. We got some players that we've already have signed to our squad already for for Season 7. We'll get to those here in just a bit, but hopefully you guys will like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you guys can be a part of Scotty Nation here on the channel. I catch every new episode here, as we try our best to, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here on ESGNet. And today we are going to, of course, a little front office show, I guess you could say, coach's show, whatever you want to call it. But we're showing you guys the board right now for us for the upcoming season that we're in right now. And of course, we've already got quite a few signings already here. Like I said, we'll show those there. But we're looking at for some fullbacks here. We need one, but we're targeting 3. We need kickers. We need 1. We're targeting 2. And we're getting very close in both of those categories there on offense. That's pretty much what we need for offense here. For the most part here, I'm pretty comfortable with the guys we have. Obviously, you know, we have 3 quarterbacks, young underclassmen, 2 sophomores, 1 freshman. We've got 2 seniors, obviously Reed and Stanford will be the 2 quarterbacks we'll leave next season. Take a look here at the the defensive side of the ball. Outside linebackers, we need 1. Looks like we have targeted 3, and we have 2 so far. Corners, we need 2. We targeted 3. We have 1 so far that we just recently signed. And a punter as well, and we have 3 punters that we're targeting here, and so far we don't have any one of those just yet. But take a look here at some of the players right now we're looking at. You see Ryan Lynch from Austin, Texas. He's a number 3 in the nation in the fullback category there, 3-star athlete. And take a look at his scouting him. I believe he's one of our new people that we recently put on our board. And, we're looking for those, those players there, fullbacks there, give us some good blocking. Last year, of course, we came up short getting Atlas there. We really try to get to him to sign for us, but unfortunately he did not. He ended up signing for K-State. Gerard Jackson, he is the number 1 fullback right now in the nation. He's known as a blocking fullback. So of course, that's what we're looking for here. And take a look at his numbers there. Pretty decent speed. Acceleration is not too bad, but it's blocking, of course. 75 pass block, 70 run block, and of course impact blocking. Of course, needs to go up some as he's a 65 overall, and that's what we're looking at right now. And he definitely would be a guy we would love to have on that on our squad here. Help us out in the pass, the run blocking there, because the last couple of years here we've had some pretty decent fullbacks to help us out. And that's what we're looking for this year. And of course, number 2 in the nation. So we have the top 3 right now we're looking at for fullbacks, and that is Darius Joseph, 81 speed, 87 acceleration, blocking. There you see that impact blocking, of course, is really highly questionable there. 54 there for him. So we'll move on to our tight end position. Of course, we've got some tight ends here we're trying to move around, but I'm also looking for some tight ends that can also we can try to convert to a fullback position as well. So if we can get any one of these, I'm thinking about. I know they're not officially on our, we're looking for this year, but it's always nice to have those fullback, those tight ends that we can work with, and kind of produce some of those players. There you see Hampton Cannon, the youngest of the Cannon boys. Of course, we had Hunter back in seasons 1 through 4, and there you see his. This is the baby brother of the Cannon family. Hudson plays out in Florida there as a Gator. So now we're trying to get the baby brother here, and there you see we're really struggling with trying to get him signed there, but we're definitely trying our best to get him there. There you see his numbers so far. What his scouting looks like for us, and of course, like I said, just trying to do our due diligence there to make sure we can try to get him signed, and at least having one of the Cannon boys here with us this year. Patrick Stewart, he is looking pretty strong here. Even though he's the 14th tight end in the nation right now, he is a 4-star athlete, got pretty good blocking here. So the passing game is going to be a problem for us. But he's 68 overall, so I'm sure if we convert him to a fullback position, he will probably go up maybe somewhere around a 70 or maybe even higher than that, which would be awesome. But there you see his numbers there. Great blocking, really across the board there. You see pass blocking 72, run blocking 73, impact blocking 72. Pretty level. But of course, receiving wise, not the best receiver for us. So like I said, he would definitely, if we do end up signing him, he definitely will probably fit that position as a fullback. Take a look at our defensive tackles there. You see Israel Perry, 5-star athlete. He's number 3 in the nation, and he's a pass rusher, and that's what we're looking for. We're trying to, last couple of years here is on the defensive side of the ball. We've been trying to look for some decent pass rushers to really just amp up the defense on the ends there. And I think with this young man here, if we can sign him this season, going next season, he will definitely be a huge impact for us on that defensive line. We're looking for those replacements. If you remember, back in the first couple of seasons here, we had Sheldon Sherman and a couple others. We haven't had a Sheldon Sherman type of player on our team who get multiple sacks on the QB for quite some time now. So it's been a while. Brad Lumpkin, he is considered a gem, which is nice. And then you see his numbers there. Tackle, pursuit is really great, 81. But his hit power and, of course, his recognition, play rec there is nice as well, 78, 77. But he's a 79 overall, and he is definitely a guy. Look at it, that block shedding, too, as well. It's up there as well. Of course, his power, moves, and finesse. It's definitely another player there. There you see Childs as well, 75 overall from Lidditown, Pennsylvania. He's a 4-star athlete, 6'3", 270 pounds. Great player. We just picked up here, and we've put on our board as well. There you see that block shedding. It's just, oh my goodness, that's just great block shedding there. Just really can plug up the interior there for us, as well as you see the tackle, hit power, pursuit, and of course play recognition there. So just a great guy that can just really, he can be that great run stopper for us, and just really plug up a lot of what we need there, which has not been, it's been kind of a really nice treat for us not to have to worry about the running game too much here in the Big 12, but definitely want to continue that tradition there. And then you got Bobby Malone there as well, 68 overall. Not the player that we was really looking forward to, but we're also looking for some depth. We're trying to get some guys in there that kind of help us out, be a good project player for us coming into next season, as we're going to have a lot of these players leaving. So there's a good chance that he could definitely get some playing time in. We could set him up in certain formations there to help us out in the playbook as well. John Wade from Vernon, Texas, the run stopper. He's number 3 in the outside linebacker position this year amongst a lot of people here, and he's got some pretty good numbers there. 81 overall, I should say. Take a look at his play or his coverage, man 72, zone 75, and of course press 68. So he's definitely a guy that can kind of swarm around there when he's playing in zone. Pretty decent speed for him for his size, and especially acceleration as well. So I cannot wait to see. Hopefully we can get him going and kind of move him up higher on our board. And then of course the number 1 player overall right now, coverage wise, 6'3", 290 pounds, Roosevelt Sears. He's a 5-star athlete, and take a look at the numbers. That's the reason why he is that player. And of course Texas is obviously gunning for him, and of course he is going to be a huge signing for Texas if they can snag him. Of course we're pretty much down far in his list there. We're at least in the top 5 there, but definitely got to make some great strides there to try to get him there. Texas is also looking at a player as well as Jason Wright from Alabama, Fultondale, Alabama. He's number 2 corner in the nation this year. 91 speed. Look at that. 91 speed. I see why they want to go after him just like we do. Look at that coverage there. That's 90-man coverage, as well as 88 zone coverage there. So he can definitely keep up with the receivers out there. There's some really good receivers in the nation right now. We're actually thinking about putting a couple of those players on our board as well, even though we don't need them There'll be great pieces there. Maybe we could convert them as a corner or a safety of some sort. We'll talk about more about that in another video. But see Marcus Crum, 83 overall kicker. And of course, we're getting very, very close, or trying to get close to him. I believe I say here in the next couple of weeks here, we should be able to sign him part of our squad there. And of course, punters, we're looking at a punter as well. And there you see Gerard Slaughter from Nebraska. He is a 3-star athlete, 6'5", 204 pounds. Kick accuracy, kick power there, pretty good there. Accuracy could be a little bit better, but yeah, the power there is just great. And of course, we can always work with the accuracy there. And of course, obviously, any of these 3 guys that you see here on the board, if we happen to get one of them, because they're all in the top 5, I believe, in punters this year, they would definitely get playing time, because that's the only position the person that would be having that position. But yeah, you see Walter Oliver, 77 overall, great kick power as well. Actually, accuracy needs a little help, but like I said, that's something we can work over time there. And then of course, Dane Westbecker, he's an athlete from Utah, Cottonwood West, there in Utah. He's the 8th overall athlete on the board, and one that actually wanted to come to us. We put him on our list, and I was really shocked and surprised. I'm not for sure exactly where we could put him at. As you take a look, he has pretty good numbers, not really defensively there. I would almost say he's probably some kind of maybe a lineman of some sort. Maybe he has good route running, great catching traffic, but his speed is not that great. His speed's only at 61, so I don't know exactly where he's at, but he's definitely one of the top in that top 10 there in athletes there. And of course, we have to kind of look around and see, get some more information from him and whatnot. But as we take a look at the top 25 poll, of course, we're there at top spot there, just having that nice win over Bama, who are currently going in as we're into week number 2. Here, you're looking at the week 2 stats here, or at least polling. They're number 6 in the nation. Oklahoma, Texas, right there. Of course, they're new in the SEC. Michigan, Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, Oregon, Arizona, Florida State, Penn State, Notre Dame, Army West Point, number 13. The biggest fall, I would say, was probably Notre Dame and Auburn. They fell the top 10 there. You see they kind of dropped quite a bit there. And, of course, Wisconsin got themselves into the top 25 for the first time this season, as Washington was kicked out, and they dropped from 17 out of the top 25. Now, take a look at your Heisman watch. Of course, so we're not going to pay attention to this too much, but Reed and Davison are still your top 2 guys right now, representing Highland this season. Of course, the running back from Auburn as well, Stanley, and of course the halfback for Army has fell out of the top 5 here for the Heisman run. But Taylor, I should say the quarterback, for Army has dropped out, and now Jackson from Oklahoma has got himself there. So the top 4 guys not really moving. Not a big surprise there. It's the first week. Really can't. They can't really, kind of break away. Haven't had enough games yet to kind of, padding their resume when it comes to games there. But plenty of time, plenty of games starting. We're only now in the second week of the season, and I'm sure these guys will start seeing them kind of break away from each other and just really show out what they can do. There you see the NCAA Players of the Week. Pierre Mitchell from Maryland, your defensive, and of course Brian Jackson, senior red shirt there for Oklahoma, your top player there on offense. And of course in the Big 12, take a look, Reggie Owen, who had 7 tackles and a forced fumble there for Highland, as well as Jasper Reed. Great performance for him. He had 4 touchdowns, threw for 387 yards. Had a very nice game there, and will just keep going at it here. So I will let you guys know right now, as of right now, and of course every week from now on throughout the season, for the most part here, maybe not every week, but every couple weeks, whatever, depending on what's going on in the top 25, I will release some videos here. Now the links to those videos, they will be I will say they will be unlisted videos. But when you click on the link here on the down in the description here below in this video, you guys can click on those videos and check those out. I just kind of picked and choose some of the top 25 teams or top 25 matchups for each week. So starting in week 2 here, you guys will see those games. So definitely check those out. Here, there's 4 games down below. TCU taking on Ohio State, UCLA. Or excuse me, not UCLA, USC taking on number 4 Michigan, number 11 Penn State taking on number 14 UCLA, and the game of the week, South Carolina taking on number 5 Georgia. So definitely go check those games out. They're just basically just a simulation of some of the top top 4 or 5 games in the top 25 there that you guys can check out. Now for us, coming up is we have a bye week in week 2, but week 3 we're going to take a little bit of a preview here. Take a look at Michigan. They played their first game here against one of the newcomers of the Big Ten, and that is USC. And of course, had a nice victory over them. And there you see Australia, their quarterback. They're 15 of 22, 168 yards and a touchdown. Not a big showing there for him, but nonetheless, they did find a way to win the game. And for us, it's gonna take a lot. Michigan, this is the first time we're actually going to the big house, which is surprising. I cannot believe it. We're 7 seasons in, and I've never been to the big house. So, but yeah, it's gonna be really fun. Here's the newest top 25 here as we get down to week 3, and like I said, some pretty good matchups. Then you guys take a look there, see some of the top 25 player games there. But if you guys want to see those games that I mentioned earlier, just click on those links down below. They'll take it right straight to them, and you guys can check those games out. There's 4 games there. I thought they were pretty, at least matchup wise, was pretty fun and pretty exciting. So definitely go check them out. There you see the top 25, or the teams that dropped out of the top 25 there. But there you see Michigan, at least in the power rankings right now in the Big Ten. They're number 2 in the nation. Or number 2 in the Big Ten, number 4 in the nation right now. So we got a number 1 against number 4, and of course this was on purpose. We want to go out there, show the doubters here. We want to show the naysayers that we're not a team that we're not afraid to take on anybody in the top 25 whatsoever. And so we purposely made a schedule like this on our on our own selves. So. This was on purpose, and we want to try to see what we can do and show the world, and really just try to boost up our recruitment, trying to get people to come to the school, because here the last couple of years have been really tough trying to find some decent players to come to Highland. And of course, we've had a kind of a ragtag of offensive line, and we're just trying to bring in some more eyes to the product here at Highland. So as you see, Charles Jackson, the wide receiver there for Michigan, 5'11", 186 pounds, redshirt senior. And there you see his numbers this year. He has 1 touchdown. He had 2 just last year. He had over 600 yards receiving last year. And look at some of his numbers there. He is a good quarterback there. And a guy that we're definitely going to have to try to match up pretty good there. I think Reggie is going to have a tough day. Reggie Owens is going to have a tough day against Charles Jackson. That's going to be a matchup, a nightmare matchup for him. As Reggie, more props to him. If you guys have been following here on the channel, he's definitely a kid that can definitely jump up and get balls, and he's looking for challenges like this. And I think this will be a good one for him. It's gonna be a tough one because this young man can catch pretty good, even though the numbers don't show you. But if I remember correctly, watching that USC and Michigan game, he was really pretty good. He was catching. He had quite a few catches there in that game, and he was doing a pretty good job. Paul Hawkins is another player there that I definitely had to watch out for. The right or the left end there, great power, finesse moves, of course block shedding. He can definitely shred your offensive line if need be. And and of course, with the way our offensive line here in the last couple seasons now, we're still kind of patching that up for ourselves. He is definitely going to be a challenge in the pass rushing issue. So we definitely have to check our blinds, or blind side there, and just do a better job of avoiding him if we can. And of course, the quarterback there, he's a sophomore, redshirt sophomore last year. Of course, his numbers just this season here. Not much experience for him. Like I said, this is his first year on the field. So our job is just really our defensive job is really that defensive line. You got Rizzo, you got Miller, and as well as Olsen. Those three there really gonna have to apply a lot of pressure on him, get him uncomfortable in that pocket, and just really cause some trouble with him. As like I said, he does not have much experience there. I'm not for sure what Michigan's offensive line is, with how experienced they are. But I mean, I'm only thinking if it's Michigan, they probably got pretty decent offensive line, especially if they're trying to start a sophomore here with not much experience underneath his belt. He is definitely going to be somebody that this is going to be our bread and butter here. We got to make sure we can shut him down, as well as, of course, kind of force him to go to the running game here. Joe Hollowell, junior redshirt, 6 foot, 205 pounds. There you see his numbers from last season, 202 yards. So he has not had much exposure as well. He only had 38 attempts last year. A total of 61 so far this first two seasons here. 3 rushing touchdowns last year. So again, not much experience in that backfield. So again, if we can kind of get to the passing, get some blitzing involved, and then kind of getting them to go to their running game and get to Hollowell real quick there, we should walk out of here with a victory. But of course, we're going to be at the big house, and it's going to be Michigan. The crowd's going to be on top of us. It's a historic football team, historic squad. It's just a lot of history with that stadium and that team. And when people go out, outsiders come in, they can do a lot of really crazy things to you. So we'll have to try to see what we can do in that matchup. Ryan White is your defensive tackle for them. 6'5", 293 pounds, redshirt senior. There you see his numbers. So far, a sack this season. Last year, he had 4.5 sacks. He had 9 tackles for loss, of course, 19 sacks. So he is also inexperienced as well. So they got a lot of guys. I guess by the looks of it here, they've got a lot of guys that are not really experienced much last year. I guess they had a lot of. This is their kind of their retooling, reloading. So they're bringing some guys in here that haven't had too much experience here. Compared to a national championship team that has stuck around for quite some time now. A lot of these guys that are on both sides of the ball really are really I was gonna say seasoned, but they're really prepared and ready to go. So I think experience is gonna be a key for us going into this matchup. Not much experience from a lot of these guys here. Just take a look here. I mean, look at Rhodes here. Last year he had 1 sack, and of course that's pretty much it. 6 deflections. He just has 2 alone here this year. But their skill level at the same time it's pretty good, pretty decent there. So we'll definitely have to, all hands on deck here, and just expose that the lack of experience they've had on the field. As like I said, a lot of our guys, they've played either all 4 years, this is their last year, senior year, or they played they've played 3 years. So we got a lot of experience for us. That's why I say this year is going to be it should be our year. This should be the year that we win it all and shouldn't have too many problems. And that's why I try to put this schedule as tough as we possibly can. So far, we got over our first hurdle, and now we just got to get over this one here. And of course, our biggest hurdle, of course, is going to be in the Big 12, because we have a lot of new teams in the Big 12 now, and anything's possible. So we'll have to find out and see for the rest of the season. But like I said, next video, you guys will see here on the channel. Should be out the next day here or two. You guys will see this game right here. It'll be Michigan, number 4 Michigan, hosting us there at the big house. We'll see what we can do here. If we can live up to our expectations we have for ourselves here in Ann Arbor for a nice week 3 early top 5 matchup here for the season. But that's it for me, you guys. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more here on ESGNet. And of course, this series, hit that bell notification. That helps us out in the YouTube algorithms, as well as the follow or the likes, or I should say the also share this, subscribe if you're new, hit that bell notification as well. That just shows how much love you guys have for this series, and I'm so glad that I'm getting pretty good feedback from this series. So thank you guys so much here. But stay tuned for more. Like I said, video should be up here in the next day or so. Stay tuned for that and more here on the channel. As always, keep yourself healthy, and I will see you guys next time. Go Scotty Nation.